previous to this, I was a school counselor K-12 in Taiwan, and I was an elementary counselor K-5 in Oregon at a public school.
I am Chip Nielsen. I am the special ed teacher here in Lincoln School for grades 6 through 12. And I'm the only special ed teacher in the secondary just because our school is so small, consisting of only 218 students, K through 12.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sam Davis. I'm a secondary physical and health education teacher at Lincoln School.
I'm Danielle Johnson, and I worked at Lincoln School for my second year. I worked 7 years in the United States and Tennessee.
Special education referral is there's a form when a student comes in, and it doesn't matter if the student has a verified disability or an unverified disability. There's a referral process that comes, for example, if it's mathematics, the mathematics teacher might realize that there's a learning disability with something, and they will forward a sheet onto our counselor, and then the counselor goes to the special education teacher, and then we have a formal meeting, and then we decide whether or not to put that student in a pull-out class or to make a slow transition of maybe after-school support and then a push-in support where there be a special education teacher in the room. Or if there needs to be more remediation, then we'll pull that student out for an extra period to get the one-on-one support. That's kind of how we work that process.
Okay, that's complicated. In the States it's really clear because there's more diagnosis happening. At our school it's more informal, and it comes through conversations with the teachers, with the TAs, with parents when there are concerns that come up when students aren't meeting success in the general classroom. And so part of that is the student of concern meetings that we have. And so sometimes a teacher will bring up a very specific concern, but usually it's over time we're noticing that a student is brought up over and over. And then we look at interventions that can be put in place to support them. Sometimes that goes all the way to we recommend testing to the parents to get them identified, and that would be kind of more official special ed, like in the States. That testing is complicated also because we don't have somebody here who can do testing. So we have to send them out of country to get them the ed psych test that they would need. And then once they're referred, then we kind of go through a process within the support team to determine what interventions we think would be successful for that student, and we implement those and see how they go and kind of adapt it to it. I think at Lincoln it's a team approach, so it's not one special education teacher, but we're all in charge. I monitor the paperwork, I make sure I read the progress reports and the report cards, and we look at MAP scores to see progress. But I do that with my support team and with the principals also, so I'd say it's a collaborative approach.
The person that would be responsible, if it was in the United States, would be the special education department. But here at Lincoln School, we're such a small school with only 218 staff, and I've talked to Depeche before about this. There's only one teacher for each subject. There's only one math high school teacher. There's only one English teacher in the high school, and I'm the only special education teacher. So I would be responsible of forming a plan with the teachers and the counselor and implementing it in the classroom. But the responsibility falls on all the teachers of that student to come through, or else it won't be successful.
Well, we have a board policy that says that we can accept students with mild learning disabilities. Because our students aren't often diagnosed with a learning disability, that is not always clear who has a mild learning disability. And so we look at it as how much time does that student take for our support program. We have one student in 9th grade who the learning disabilities don't impact his learning that much, but they do impact how he can manage in the classroom, both with his behaviors and organizing himself, and so that can take up more time than other students. I would say Lincoln, of the international schools, is open to the idea of having students with disabilities. A lot of international schools are not. Pull-out programs for reading, writing, and for math, and ESOL. ESOL would be grouped with our support program. We have after-school support, and counseling, and then sometimes we recommend like after-school tutoring, those sorts of things if we feel like extra support is needed. We've even gone to the point where at the family's cost, we have like a one-on-one TA to support the students. Especially, we had a couple students last year come in with no English at all, and so that person helped them throughout their schedule.